Hey everyone, I'm John. I was going to do a daddy-daughter review of Season 2, Episode 11 of The Flash, which is called The Reverse Flash Returns. Unfortunately, Miranda's not here, so it looks like it's going to be just me right after this. Alright, so we just got done watching Episode 11,
Yep.
Reverse Flash, and what'd you think about this episode, Miranda?
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah?
It wasn't like their best episode, but it wasn't their worst.
I thought it was a pretty good episode.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. Let's see. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on in this episode. A lot of little threads going through.
Yeah.
I feel like they're kind of trying to wrap up some things before we really attack Zoom. I think next episode, we'll see. Maybe we'll get back some Zoomage.
Or maybe we'll have some King Sharkage or something.
Oh, that would be nice.
That'd be pretty cool.
I know there's supposed to be an episode coming up where we're going to see King Shark, and Diggle from Arrow is also going to be visiting.
Yes.
Yeah, so that should be pretty cool. All right, so let's talk a couple things. First of all, we get the Reverse Flash, and it's some kind of time remnant Reverse Flash. So this is Reverse Flash before he's come back to attack Barry's mom and to take over the life of Harrison Wells.
Yeah.
So it's in between that. So his future guy has come back, now he's here, and he's got to do this so that then he can go back to the future so that later he can go back to the past.
It's kind of confusing.
Is it? A little.
Well, this is like
yeah.
Doctor Who. This is getting to be Doctor Who in some ways.
Right, so Miranda's a big Doctor Who fan, so for you this probably just makes sense. This isn't any big deal at all.
Well, it's kind of confusing.
It's kind of timey-wimey.
Basically,
Yeah, I think it's kind of timey-wimey stuff here, so that makes sense. Let's talk about Cisco's vibe goggles.
Those are sweet.
So it's kind of interesting that they're triggered by adrenaline, so he's kind of got to be scared, but they give him a chemical thing, and then zoom, and he can just focus and all of a sudden think. He can think about Reverse Flash. He can think about different people, and he can vibe on them.
And he can think about the future, learn the future and the past.
I think there's going to be some negative consequences of this, so I'm not totally sure at the end of this episode when everything was freaking out if that was total the vibing or if it was the timeline thing or some combination of the two.
Yeah.
Because if they can do that, they can find anybody anytime. Like, it's going to be super easy. Just put Cisco in the goggles, boom, you know where everybody is.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of like meh.
It's a little too easy. Makes it a little bit too easy.
Well, I bet there's going to be something that's going to make it kind of hard.
Yeah, so at the beginning when Reverse Flash shows up and Barry goes to try to face him, basically let's reproduce this, Miranda. I'll be Barry and you be Reverse Flash, okay?
Sure.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, like Barry did not do anything.
Move.
He was like this.
Barry. Bro.
You just let him punch him.
Like, you
It's
got
so
to move.
stupid.
You get to move. You're faster than that, Barry.
Yeah.
You showed us that later in the episode. For whatever reason, you were...
You could easily just do a speed side dodge.
Now, later on, when he caught up to him and destroyed the Tachyon time machine, and he did like a super body slam, came in, blew him up, and then gave him the right in the abs.
Yeah.
That was very like The Matrix, which you are much too young to see.
Huh?
Right, so it was basically like that, and Barry got his revenge on, but didn't kill him.
Yeah.
However...
Didn't destroy the future.
Right. However, he did take him back. He took him back to Star Labs. And the whole thing, like Harrison was like, don't go talk to him. Like, don't tell him who you are. Don't do any of that. Don't mess with it. You'll mess up the timeline. And then what does Cisco do?
He does everything.
He does like all the things that you're not supposed to do.
He's just like, hey, Harrison Wells didn't say my name.
Hey, I did all this. I'm this guy, and you know what? Here we are, and I caught you, and I got these powers because of you, which then I didn't use to catch you.
He basically told him the future, so
Then
come on.
Barry shows up like, hey, I'm going to talk to you too, and what's going on? Why wouldn't you just put on the Flash costume? Like, why do you have to not be in the Flash costume?
Well, Reverse Flash could think it was some other guy, so.
I guess. But he knew it was the Flash. I mean, who knew who he was? Just, and he knows it's you. Then it turned out there was we changed the timeline, we had to let him go. It's difficult for me.
One of the lowlights in this episode was definitely the timeline, because for people who don't watch shows like Doctor Who or those time travel shows, they would be confused.
It's a little tricky.
Very confused.
It's a little tricky to track. There's a lot going on there. I'm going to give you that.
Yeah.
Now, so eventually they have to let him go to put the timeline back in order. And I think that's kind of the theme of this episode was that Barry, you've got super speed, but at some point you've got to let stuff go.
Yeah, like Patty. Versus
Yeah,
Flash.
we're going to talk about Patty in a second because I'm still not cool with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to let stuff go. And then kind of with Francine, that her family has to let her go. You know, she's terminally ill and she's not long for this earth, and so her kids and ex are going to have to let her go too, and that's I think kind of the theme.
It's easier. They're accepting it easier than Barry has been.
That's true. Barry is not. I mean, he stood up and let go of Reverse Flash, which had to be hard.
Yeah.
Okay. But let's get to Patty in just 1 second. So they do that. Sis goes back to normal. I'm curious to see though these goggles. Do you think we will see these goggles used on a regular basis, or maybe just to capture zoom?
I bet we're gonna see them at least once again. That's
Yeah, oh, yeah.
obvious. But I don't think that they're going to become a regular member of the prop gadgets
Right.
stuff.
Yeah, just a little too easy if they overuse them.
Yeah, they're gonna, and I bet they're gonna use them a lot eventually.
Right.
And there will be negative consequences to that, and they won't use them very often, etc., etc.
Okay, so Patty Barry. How do you think Barry is
Batty.
handling the Patty thing? Did you say badly?
Batty.
Oh, Batty. I don't think we're gonna get any Batty for a while.
Or any better ship name for them.
So here's the thing, Barry. Okay, she's breaking up with you, but you got to look at it from her point of view. If you don't tell her you're the Flash, and you just disappear and are weird all the time, of course she's gonna break up with you.
And of course she's gonna think you're the Flash. Come on.
And then she concludes that you're the Flash, she knows you're the Flash, and then you still say, I can't tell you I'm the Flash. Like, bro, she knows. She knows. So then she calls him, and he shows up, and now she really, really knows he's the Flash. I think that was just to confirm.
I mean, I think I actually kind of like that she did that. It was
Yeah.
smart, because, I mean, she did kind of trick him, which was kind of cool.
I getcha. Here's the thing. Barry, Patty was awesome. Awesome.
You can't really let a girl like that go.
No. That's A1 girlfriend material right there. And she thinks it's cool that you're the Flash. And she likes your science nerd aspect too. She likes both. And she's a cop. She can take care of herself. She's a tough, smart cookie.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to get much better than Patty Spivot.
Yeah, it's hard to get much smarter or just
I mean,
all around
Iris,
better
I'm
than
not saying
her.
Iris isn't awesome.
Yeah.
But Patty was really, really awesome. I don't want to say more. Okay, the Jay Garrick storyline I thought was interesting. Because we've been wondering,
Yeah, that's
is there an
fascinating.
Earth 1 version of Jay Garrick? When he went out with Dr. Snow, and they went out, I thought they were going to end up, I thought at the park, like he was going to have his name on the bench. Like, I thought he was going to have died. I thought the Earth 1 Jay was going to be dead. But it turned out the Earth 1 Jay wasn't named Jay Garrick at all. Now, here's the thing. He was named Hunter Zolomon. Hunter Zolomon, in Flash Comics, is another speedster. Kind of. He doesn't actually control, he can't go through, he doesn't go super fast. What he actually does is he controls time. So what he
It's like
does...
a turtle.
Right, but not, the turtle can slow time around him. So what Zolomon can do is he can speed up the rate at which he goes through time. So he's not actually running super fast. He's just made time flow in different rates.
And he can just be like walking normally, but it seems to most people like he's going fast.
And he's even faster than Flash. So it's like, first Flash had to get as fast as Reverse Flash, and then he's done that. Now he has to get as fast as Zoom, and he hasn't done that yet, but I think he's going to. And now maybe he has to get as fast as Zolomon. Here's the thing, I don't know if I want, in Season 3, I don't know if I want the villain to be another speedster.
Yeah, it's kind of, I just don't, I mean, there's already been 2 seasons, and if this show goes on for like 10 seasons with every single speedster as a villain. That'd just be kind of boring.
It is a little bit. It is a little bit. I think they've done a good job of not overusing Zoom this season.
Yeah, it's like last year, the end of the season. Zoom. Oh no, it's Zoom again.
Right. Yeah, but I think they've done a good job of introducing some of these other characters and having some other plot lines. I feel like some of that's a little bit tied up. I don't think we're going to be dealing with Barry as much. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Wally.
Yeah.
We're still thinking Wally may end up being Kid Flash. We'll see. But all in all, I enjoyed this episode. There was a lot of good things in it. Sad, the Barry Patty thing.
Batty.
Perry. Right. Those were both not very good.
Yeah.
So we'll look forward to next weekend. Next week it looks like there's something with a tar guy who can sploosh tar on everything, and it looked like there was some piece of glass going right towards Iris. We're gonna have to see what happens.
Yep.
All right, very good. Well, we also enjoyed Supergirl yesterday, although we didn't get a chance to do a review. Excited about this. I'll be watching Arrow tomorrow, Thursday, Legends of Tomorrow, Pilot Part 2. Hopefully get a chance to see you guys then. All right? For Miranda, for me, for the worst comic podcast ever, Daddy Daughter Review, we'll see you next time. Bye.